Do you know how diabetes affects a person's body? Understanding diabetes begins with understanding the fuel that powers your body and how it gets used. Every cell in your body needs a constant supply of energy to live. Cells produce their own energy by burning sugar, specifically a type of sugar called glucose. Glucose comes from the foods and liquids you eat and drink and is the fuel that runs every part of your body. Your body cells are constantly surrounded by glucose, but there's a catch. Glucose can't pass easily through the thick cell wall, and without some way to get glucose through that wall, cells would soon die from the lack of fuel, even though they're surrounded by it. Fortunately, your body makes insulin to help glucose get through the cell wall. Insulin is a hormone made by special cells called beta cells that are in the pancreas. Your pancreas is an organ that sits in the upper part of your abdomen near your stomach. Once created by beta cells, insulin is then released into the bloodstream and travels throughout your body. Insulin's job is to open cell walls so glucose can get in. It does this by attaching to special places on the cell wall called insulin receptor sites. Once the insulin attaches to the cell, a reaction occurs inside the cell, causing glucose to move from the bloodstream into the cell where it can be used for energy. Normally, the human body does a good job balancing glucose and insulin levels. Insulin is released into the bloodstream from the pancreas when the level of glucose rises, such as after a meal or snack. Insulin allows the cells to absorb glucose, keeping the blood sugar level from rising too high. Two conditions can affect this delicate balancing act. The first condition occurs if the body can't make enough insulin or stops producing it altogether. This is what's referred to as type 1 diabetes. The second occurs if the insulin can't attach to the cell walls or if it becomes unable to move glucose through the wall into the cell. This is called insulin resistance or type 2 diabetes. In both conditions, glucose continues to build up in the bloodstream, raising its sugar level. High glucose levels in the blood can cause serious damage to organs and body systems such as the eyes, heart, kidneys, and nerves. At this time, there's no cure for diabetes, but the good news is that it can be effectively managed, so complications can be slowed or avoided completely.